Hello and welcome back to Stop and Go F1 for this, my driver ratings for the Silverstone Grand Prix that went down yesterday. Very exciting race. If you haven't seen all my reactions, it's not just the F1, but the F2 and the F3 that is available on the channel. But right now, it's time for driver ratings. Firstly, make sure you subscribe before we go into this, but we are going to give every single one of the drivers a rating from 1 to 10 for their drive yesterday. We're going to start with the Williams team and the Williams of Logan Sargent, who qualified 14th and finished 11th, which I think is a career high of 11th. Just outside the points, but a very good result for him. That Williams is getting better and better all the time. I'm hoping for the Williams to continue to get better. He looked really strong in the practice sessions, but just like Albon as well, they did drop a bit further down into qualifying and into the race, but looking good for him. I gave him a 7 out of 10. His best performance so far, and I think that deserves a 7. Hopefully he can get points pretty soon. On to Albon though, and he qualified 8th, finished the race in 8th. And for that, I give him an 8. Another great result from Albon in that Williams, doing really well, and hopefully will continue to do well. Across to AlphaTauri now, and Nick De Vries qualified 18th, finished 17th, only like 1.9 seconds behind his teammate at a time where his job is under scrutiny. Personally, I feel it's too late now for him to save it, unfortunately. But I gave him a 6 because I thought, he did well. He just did just about as well as Yuki did, really. Yuki qualified 16th, stayed 16th. I gave Nick a 6 because he gained a position. Yuki stayed in the same place. I gave him a 5. I mean, that's just where I think the AlphaTauri is right now. It's not very good, and they both finished very close to each other. On to the Hasses though. Nico Hulkenberg had another fantastic qualifying session, finishing in 11th. Finished the actual race in 13th. I gave him a 6 out of 10. And it was a 1 to forget for Kevin Magnussen. Engine troubles in qualifying, engine troubles in the race. Qualified 19th, didn't finish the race. I just gave him a 5, just straight down the middle. Across to Aston, and it's 1 to forget for them, unfortunately. Lance Stroll qualified 12th, finished the race in 14th, gave him a 4. Once again, we're not seeing any great performances from Lance. I know the car wasn't perfect this weekend, but he still did lose quite a few places. His teammate gained a few places, though. He qualified 9th, finished the race in 7th. That's his worst qualifying of the season and joint worst race position of the season. But still, I gave him a 7. Because I think that's the best that Aston could do. I don't know what's happened. It's gone from the second fastest car on the grid to maybe like the third or fourth fastest car at this point. Maybe even the fifth fastest car. It's not looking great. But hopefully they can turn it around come Hungary. Across to Alfa Romeo, and Zhou Guan Yu qualified 16th, finished the race in 15th. Gave him a 7. His teammate though, Bottas, he started from the back after running out of fuel and being disqualified from qualifying, but he finished the race in 12th. Actually, a very good race for him. Once again, just outside the points, I gave him an 8 out of 10. Kind of went underrated his race yesterday, but a good one nonetheless. I gave him an 8 out of 10. Across to McLaren's now, and wow, what a weekend for them. Oscar Piastri qualified 3rd, finished the race in 4th. Got very unlucky behind the safety car. If it wasn't that safety car, I think he would have got his maiden podium on only his 10th ever race in Formula 1. I gave him a 10 out of 10 because I know even though he lost a place, he drove fantastically at the start, attacking Max Verstappen. He stuck with Lando all the way. The only thing letting him down was the safety car. Nothing he could do there. A 10 out of 10 for Oscar Piastri. And his teammate Lando Norris qualified 2nd. Took the lead at the start, held it for a few laps, finished the race in 2nd. Once again, 10 out of 10. A perfect score for the McLaren team. Now, going from perfect to whatever the opposite is, because we're talking about Alpine. Pierre Gasly qualified 10th, didn't finish the race. Esteban Ocon qualified 13th, didn't finish the race. Alpine leaves Silverstone pointless. For Gasly, though, I gave him a 7 out of 10. He did make it into Q3, unlike his teammate, and actually made it quite far into the race before getting hit by Lance Stroll. So I gave him a 7. Ocon didn't make it into Q3, and DNF relatively early, so I gave him a 5. Across to Mercedes now, and George Russell qualified 6th, finished the race in 5th. I gave him a 7, but Lewis Hamilton qualified in 7th, finished the race on the podium in 3rd. Great race for him. Silverstone is just a track that he absolutely loves. He always goes well around here. I gave him a 10. I thought it was a perfect race from Lewis. Ferrari, though, another one to forget for them. Carlos Sainz qualifying in 5th, finished the race in 10th. Charles Leclerc qualified in 4th, finished the race in 9th. I gave them both 5s. And then finally to the Red Bull team, Sergio Perez qualifies 15th, finished the race in 6th. I gave him a 4. I mean, the qualifying once again was not there. Even worse this time, didn't even get into Q2. And as for race recovery, as much as he did get into the points, he did get back there. You know, in that car, you should be finishing better than 6th. So I can't really go higher than a 4 for Checo. And Max qualified on pole and won the race, but I'm only going to give him a 9. And that may seem unfair, but I don't think it was perfect from Max. Once again, having these bad starts. We saw it back in 2021 when it was him and Lewis going for it. He would often have bad starts, especially towards the end of the season. And he had another bad start here today and gave the lead away to Lando. Apart from that, though, another pretty perfect race for Max, but only a 9 here. We can't give him a 10 every week. We're going to give him a 9. So there you go. There are the driver ratings. Quick video this week because I haven't got much to say. Another fantastic race. We'll be back for more driver ratings after Hungary in 2 weeks' time. But this weekend there may be no race on, but there will be a video here on this channel on Friday. And it is a video that I've been working on about 3.5, 4 months. There's a lot of work going into this one, so I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe to see that. Of course, if there's any F1 news, I'll be back here on Saturday to discuss that, so that should be a lot of fun. Until then, though, have a lovely rest of your week. I'll see you later on. Have a good one. Goodbye.